For nearly 60 years, high schoolers across the state have learned the ins and outs of lawmaking in Olympia through the YMCA's Youth Legislature program. For the first time in 25 years, the top job was held by a student in our district. In our next story, we'll take a look at him, the program, and the wide range of students who benefit from it.
Last year, they were on the state capitol campus.
I'd like to speak out against this bill.
I feel very strongly about this bill.
I would like to spend the remainder of my time speaking out against this motion.
But shut out of the Capitol itself. It was closed for repairs and renovation. No matter. Evergreen's young lawmakers looked forward to spring 2005 when they'd return to the grandest building on these impressive grounds. And this year, they returned.
Yeah, let's do it. After 60, how long? So I think we're just going to sign it.
With the young man everyone was watching.
Make me a file in here. Okay, it's the same cost. That says, I'm not exactly sure what to think about this. Unsigned bills, and when they start coming in, put them right in here.
He's Heritage High senior Joe Jenkins. Joe is governor of the 2005 Youth Legislature.
So this is a fun note.
The first governor from the Evergreen district in 25 years.
It's been amazing. It's been buzzing the whole time. Okay, thank you, Alex.
But Jenkins seems right at home in the fray, whether being lobbied.
No, I don't hate it, actually.
Signing bills.
Excellent. Glad that passed.
Fielding questions at a press conference.
I understand last year's election was somewhat controversial with the key candidate having to drop out at the last minute. How do you feel about that?
I don't believe he dropped out. I know he had to stand down from his position, but he wasn't out of the race as far as I know.
Or making an appearance on the House floor.
We're going up to the House when the Constitution bill comes out.
To influence votes on a controversial bill.
People who are not necessarily sure if they're going to support a bill or if they're kind of hesitant, they see us standing up there when they have to stand up to vote. I mean, it makes a difference.
Jenkins is cool and collected. His demeanor makes him a great fit for the legislature's top job. But for some, his background may not appear to have paved the way to the governor's office.
I don't come from the background you expect a governor to come from. I've gone to several board meetings, program meetings, and on at least 3 times people have come up to me like, where do you go? And I said, Heritage High School. And they're like, oh, is that a private school? I'm like, no, it's a public school. And I think that puts into perspective what people expect youth governors to be. Okay, will you go ahead and go in there and make sure when the Constitution bill comes up, then I'll go in there.
And it's that public school education that gave him the tools to compete for and win the governor's job. That top-notch education also helped Heritage senior BreAnna Dupuis win the Secretary of State post.
Well, I started out in 8th grade as a page, and I was very timid and shy, and I would have never imagined that I would be here 5 years later sitting at this desk.
As the Youth Legislature's Secretary of State, she keeps track of all of the action on all of the bills being considered by the young lawmakers.
It's a major work in process.
Both BreAnna and Joe credit the Youth in Government program for bringing them out of their shells.
Okay, let's do it.
It's also strengthened their sense of confidence and their belief that they can accomplish anything they set their minds to.
We both have drive and a lot of motivation to achieve.
All of the students here have drive, and like Joe and BreAnna, the Evergreen delegation has set itself apart from the rest of the Youth Legislature kids. For one thing, it's the largest delegation here. About 450 students from all over the state came to this year's Youth Legislature. 80 of them are from the Evergreen School District, and 50 of those are from Heritage High School. Why so many?
It's the cool thing to do in our school. Everyone's doing it, and a lot of people feel left out when we come back from session and it's all that everyone's talking about for weeks.
I think the youth in government focus is a unique focus that is really different in the fact that we try to model the actual state of Washington government as closely as we possibly can to what actually happens.
Chris Dimonu, Heritage High's Youth Legislature advisor, says the 58-year-old program attracts a diverse group of students from all economic backgrounds, from rural to big city schools, both public and private.
They're all on an equal level. They're not, I can live in a $400,000 house and I live in a $60,000 house. It is, I'm a senator, you're a senator, and we're talking about the issues, and I just gave you a good, well-reasoned argument for why this is important. So it is very beneficial that we get as much diversity in this program as we can so that we have more of that dialogue to occur.
And that teaches valuable lessons, not only about the lawmaking process, but other processes that will serve them well for decades.
We learned a lot about government and the process and political activism and all that, but it's about interacting. It's about interacting with your peers, working through issues, working together. That's what you gain, communication skills, being able to respect each other, and this is real-world application. I mean, no matter what you're going into, those kind of skills are going to follow you for the rest of your life, and that's what you get out of this.